Hi, everyone. I'm Tanya Sutherland, and I'm going to teach you what to expect in a career as a virtual assistant. And by the end of this training, you'll have more clarity on what it takes to be the boss of your very own business. So you guys excited? Let's do this. So I'm Tanya Sutherland. I've taught thousands of people worldwide to start their own virtual assistant businesses since 1997 is when I started my business, and nobody's been doing this longer than me. So you're in a great spot, guys, today to learn from someone who's been there and done that. Hey, Nina, how are you? I've been there and done six figures many times in my VA lifetime, and today I'm here to share with you what to expect in a career as a virtual assistant and give you answers to some of those questions you may have about becoming a virtual assistant. This time today is for you guys. We've got about an hour together, and I'm going to give you as much as I can in the next hour. If I'm resonating with you and you're loving the value you're getting at the end of this workshop, I'm going to show you how you can take the next steps to a six-figure business implementing my virtual assistant career training program. Okay. And if time allows, and it will, but I do want to be considerate of your time today too, I'll also do a live Q&A. Okay. And I'll stick around till I get all your questions answered. So if that's good, if that sounds good to you, give me a Hail Mary or a thumbs up or something or other in the chat area and we'll get started. Oh, another thing, before we get started, rid of anything that will distract you over the next hour, because I want you to learn what to expect as a career in this career as a virtual assistant. So silence your phones, shut off your media, forget about client work, and close your door to the office. Make you priority right now. And today's not going to be a waste of your time like other trainings that you might have done before. I'm going to be sharing with you today what is tried and true. I'll probably be throwing some tips, templates, and goodies into the chat as well that I've used over the years in my virtual assistant career to make six figures in my VA business. So stick around till the end of my presentation, and I'll also do Q&A. How's that sound? Good? Cool? You guys all with me? All right, before I dive in though, I want to tell you about my career as a virtual assistant so far. I started in 1997, and that was just like 2 days before my 33rd birthday. So you guys can do the math, but I'm getting up there. But I was happy. I was putting on like this happy face for my kids. And if you're a mother, you know what that means. But I'd just been laid off from my job as VP of a computer service company. My rent was due that week. There was no money in my bank account. I was going through a tough divorce that, recently made me a newly single mother of 3 young kids. And my family, they lived like 3,500 miles away. So I didn't have that support system right there for me. And I was feeling really sorry for myself. I had to go to the food bank on the city bus that day because my car was in an accident and I couldn't afford another one. Like, it just kept getting worse and worse every single minute. It seemed that way anyways. And it was almost dinner time. My kids were hangry that evening, fighting and screaming at each other. And I just couldn't take it anymore. And you know how you just sit down at the kitchen table and you start bawling, like you just explode, right? It all comes loose. I didn't feel like being poor anymore. I didn't want to rely on the food bank. I wanted to provide my kids, with nice Christmas presents and fun summer vacations. And I had no clue how I was going to do this, how I would find a job that would pay enough to cover the costs of childcare, rent, food, let alone all the extras. And my pity party, it was interrupted by my youngest kid trying to console me because I'm sitting there bawling at the kitchen table. Like, don't cry, Mom. This scares me. I don't like seeing you sad. And I looked into his eyes, and he was caring so much for, he wanted his mom to be happy. And I made the decision right then and there to take, steps to change my situation. And it was my love for my kids that was my motivator, my fuel that I needed to move forward. So think of what your fuel is if you're going to be a virtual assistant. What's going to push you to go that next step? And if you feel like throwing that into the chat area, please go ahead and share that. But right after I put the kids to bed, I started searching for work that I could do from home to avoid, high costs of childcare, different things like that, right? And while surfing online, don't you love my old computer? Remember, this was back in 1997. And this is a picture from back then too, because the kids were little. See their little wee pictures up there. I came across a website for a virtual assistant who was providing administrative assistance to clients virtually. And I'd never heard of that phrase before, virtual assistant. But that was something to do because I was a legal secretary. That was my background before I got started. So that set me off on a mission to figure out how to start my own business. And it wasn't easy because at the time there were few books or resources out there. Remember, this was 1997. There was no Facebook yet. Google had not even been invented. So for you people that can't find clients on Facebook or, because whatever, they can't find you in the Google search engines. I didn't even have that back then. Eventually, I came across a couple of Yahoo bulletin boards, which is kind of like Facebook groups today, but without instant gratification. And that started me off on a rabbit hole learning about virtual assistants. And soon enough, I started up my own VA business, Medium Age Business Solutions, which is still in business today. It's an agency. I was thrilled to be able to do my VA business, like use my administrative skills to earn a living from home. So soon I was making enough money to replace my ex-husband's salary. I was there at home when my kids were sick. Now I don't really have pictures of them sick at home, but this is my grandson now. So I thought that was a cool picture. But I was able to take them to their activities. And guess what? I grew that home-based business into 6 figures. It was 2003 when I launched VAnetworking.com, which you guys are probably aware of many, many years ago, but VAs worldwide could connect and learn from each other. I loved sharing my secrets, answering questions, everything about that to help people start a virtual assistant business in less time and with less stress than I had, and in a more structured way, because I had been there and done that. And since then, I've enrolled thousands of people into my virtual assistant career program, which I'll talk about for like 2 minutes at the end of this presentation. But hundreds of 6-figure virtual assistant businesses are operating today as a result of that program, including our co-host today, Danielle, and she's my daughter. She's all grown up now, and she's running a successful business online of her own. And my son's wife just started a VA business this year. So I'm looking forward to helping her reach 6 figures too. But yeah, that's kind of my 6-figure story and legacy. Today, you'll find me, I do have to spend an hour or 2 a week overseeing my VA agency, which means I have more time to do what I love now, which is adventurous motorcycle trips with my husband. So that's what I'm doing a lot now, is riding the motorcycle. But hopefully hearing my VA startup story, how it's grown over 6 figures, and the legacy to be left behind for my children, like 2 of my children are now working for me as well, that will inspire you to maybe get started in a career as a virtual assistant. So let's dive in to what we're going to learn today. I'm going to tell you who is a virtual assistant and who becomes a VA, what services VAs can offer, when do VAs get paid and how, where do they find clients? That's an important part of the whole structure of having a virtual assistant business, because clients mean money. And why do VAs need a marketing plan? And I'll throw in some other ideas like how to grow your business for those more advanced VAs that are here. But if you are advanced, this is more of a webinar for brand new people just looking into starting out as a virtual assistant. So let's dive in and get to the meat of this webinar. Who is a virtual assistant? A virtual assistant is a business owner. And business owner means you are the boss and owner of this business, and you're responsible for paying business taxes on every dollar you make. So you're not an employee, you are a business owner. Who remotely provides, and remotely means you basically work over the internet for your clients, typically from your home office, but I know some VAs that rent office space too, just to get out of the home. Who remotely provide administrative, technical, and or creative support services to other business owners. And these business owners can be online or brick and mortar, any type of business owner. And I'll go into more detail in a few regarding what are administrative, technical, or creative skills. But who is a virtual assistant? And I want you to know who this is because you need to know why clients love virtual assistants, because that'll be a good selling feature for you. If you can know those benefits and different things, then you can sell your services. First of all, clients love virtual assistants because they are cost effective. There's no overhead. With a virtual assistant, clients save money since they don't have to pay for the office space for a secretary to be in their house office, not to mention all those other trivial luxuries of having an employee that they normally have to pay. Like if you had an in-house secretary, you'd have to pay for their computer, their equipment, their office supplies, the software, unemployment insurance, workers' comp, retirement plans, health and dental benefits. With the VA, you don't have to pay that as a client. So that's a real selling feature to hire a virtual assistant, right? There's no overhead. Clients love virtual assistants because it's full business support on an as per needed basis. So if the client only needs to hire a VA for a one-time project, or say for 20 hours a month, they only need to hire for that length of time. And I'll get more into how to pay a VA shortly. But that's a benefit to the client to hire a virtual assistant. Clients love VAs because it reduces their stress, since now they don't have to do everything and anything. They've got that extra help by their side, which in the end, it frees up their time, which gives them time to focus on what they love doing in their business, what they love doing best, whatever that might be. So that's a little bit about who a VA is and what the benefits to the clients are. So you may be asking, who becomes a virtual assistant? Who is this business good for, this career? Anyone with admin skills. Secretaries, office managers. I was a legal secretary at one point. Personal executive assistants, project managers, paralegals. Excuse me, guys, allergy season. Anyone with administrative skills. Who else becomes a VA? Anyone with creative or technical skills. So if you're a marketer, maybe you're a graphic designer, those are creative skills. Or you might be an IT provider, web developers, those are more technical skills. So those are highly needed skills that virtual assistants can offer. And really, anyone with a passion to make money online. Maybe you're an internet savvy entrepreneur, like a realtor, a teacher, a coach, writer. You're a work at home mom that has, I don't know, whatever you might be doing. As long as you have a few skills that you can tap into and sell online, a laptop and an internet, you can be a virtual assistant. Virtual assistants is kind of just like an umbrella term so that I can train you guys, right? You may be called a web developer, you may be a marketer, you may be a secretary, you may be a realtor or a teacher that's offering their services, creative, technical, or administrative services online. And it's like an umbrella term that I use so I can collect you all together and teach you. Now, what I love about being a VA is that you can work the way you want. For example, whenever you can choose the hours you work. So if you're not a morning person like me, you don't have to get up early anymore. I usually don't go into my office until noon nowadays, and I'll work till my husband gets home around 6. Wherever, I can work wherever I want. A good example is when my parents were at the hospice stage in their life, I could go live with them in Ontario, millions of miles away, and easily work from there because all I needed was my laptop and internet. And also you can work with whomever you want. I love marketing, so I enjoy working with digital marketing companies. If you love animals, you might want to work for veterinarians. Point being, you choose who you want to work for because guess what? You are the boss. And that means you can do whatever works for you in your business. And that's one of the biggest cool things about having a career in a virtual assistant. You're the boss. You can do whatever you want. I've changed my niche I've been working for 20 years, but we've changed it quite a few times along the way just because I get bored easily, right? There's always something new. This is never a boring career, that's for sure, and many different opportunities within it. I'm not sure if you've heard of Upwork before. There was a couple of people talking about it earlier in the chat area before we got started, but it is one of the largest freelancer job sites on the web. So and a lot of you may be working as a subcontractor for them, basically, or however they work. It's not the way to go if you want to make 5 figures, but that's another whole webinar. You'll have to come to another one to listen about that. But they do have some really good statistics. And they commissioned Edelman Intelligence to do these surveys for them. And they surveyed over 6,000 US workers over the age of 18. And they found that 59 million Americans performed freelance work in the past 12 months. Now that represents, listen to this, 36% of the workforce. So it is becoming the new future, working from home, and you want to get on the bandwagon now, right? So that you can be a part of it. There's no shortage of work working from home as a freelancer. There's like 1.2 trillion, I said, not even million, trillion in annual earnings from freelancing. This is what they found on this survey. That's a ton of money being paid out to freelancers. It's also non-competitive because each virtual assistant business is unique. One may offer bookkeeping, another may offer marketing services. I've yet to see in 20 years in business teaching VAs how to get started, any VA business that is identical. And we're actually really good friends and supporters of each other in the VA industry, which is unlike other industries like the plumbing businesses that compete with each other's. the plumbers want to get the job, right? It's very supportive. Their freedom, stability, and flexibility is attractive. Again, you can work how you want, when, where, with whomever. VAs have 4 to 6 clients versus employees who only have one boss. That means being a VA, it's more secure than being an employee, in that we can lose one client and we still have others, right? Where if an employee loses a boss, well, they're now on unemployment. Okay, so there's stability having a virtual assistant business. And as a VA, you have the opportunity to do the work that you're passionate about or find meaningful. If you love hanging out on Facebook, then you could look after your clients' Facebook pages, moderate their groups, and maybe do their Facebook ads. Okay. I've got another slide here for you right out of this survey, and the survey is right here. I can put the survey link into the chat area for you if you want to read more about this and how much becoming a freelancer is becoming that lucrative opportunity, right? 59% of new freelancers feel they make more money as a freelancer than they'd be making from a traditional employee. And then more than a third of new freelancers have more work during, guess what, the pandemic. Okay, there's more work for us. The pandemic was a blessing to us that work from home, because everybody's now pushing work to us. They're accepting our career choice, right? They're not afraid to let someone do work on their business that's working from home, because everybody's working from home now. And 72% of new freelancers, they believe their income will increase in the coming year. So if you get a chance, do check out that link there and learn more about how freelancing, it's becoming the new thing, right? It's the way people are working nowadays. Now, there was a question in one of the surveys they did, and some of these answers may resonate with you. And you can read these over, but I'd love to hear your stories, your personal circumstance you face, why you're unable to work for a traditional employer or whatever. Why do you want to become a virtual assistant? And we can talk about that for a few if you want. But if you want to share that, what's making you consider working as a virtual assistant? Were you laid off? Do you have an illness and you need to work from home? Do you have children that you have in daycare or whatever it is and you want to be home with them? Why are you choosing to work from home as a virtual assistant, or thinking about it even? Patricia has to leave a toxic corporate environment. Yeah, that's a good reason. I don't want to be stuck at the office all day, every day. I want to be able to pick up my kids from school. Yeah, that's so great. Becky, that was my main reason, was to be home with my kids. They never came looking for me in my kitchen because I didn't cook much. They came into my office, but they always knew I was there for them. And that was always cool to be there. Like when my son had a bicycle accident and knocked all his front teeth out, I wasn't at work. I was at home. I could race out and we found his teeth and got him to the dentist, right? Like there's some really good freedoms to working from home. Your husband was laid off and now you're looking to move back and look after your parents. I did that, Neely, with my business. I was able just to pick up. You can pick up and move anywhere with your business, right? Because it's virtual. Let's see what else we got in here. Jessica, it sounds like you had a rotten boss. So reason enough, right? You want to be your own boss now. with time and freedom. Nicole, you're looking more for stability because it looks like you've been let go due to reorganization many times. Good reason. And again, working around your son's activities. That's really cool. Okay, let me move on here. But there's a lot of reasons, and you got to find what's your reason, right? That'll be part of your why and the thing that gets you up every morning to continue and work on your business. Okay, let's dive into the next question. What services can a VA offer? The first one is generalized services. And usually that's $25, $30 to $50 an hour. And I'm talking US dollars right now, okay? Just because that's a standard across the world here. But that's how much you would charge if you were in the virtual assistant career for generalized services. And these are services most admin folk in the corporate world do every day for their boss. You know, like things like email management, calendar scheduling, booking appointments, travel arrangements, event management, customer service, proofreading, formatting documents. It's more administrative work, right? Even maybe looking after some of the social media scheduling, the monitoring, the blog management, things like that. But those are the generalized services that most VAs, anyone can do, right? Then you get into more specialized high-end services. And that's where the six-figure income comes in, because these services, they require more training to learn a specific skill, and you're usually niched in either a skill set or a target market. And I teach a lot of that in my virtual assistant career. That's what my virtual assistant career surrounds, is teaching you to get to that six-figure income. So you may start out with generalized virtual assistant services, but then I encourage you to move into something more high end. It could be bookkeeping, video or web design, list building, product launches. Memberships are big right now, you know, Kajabi, Teachable, things like that. Facebook ads, you could be an OBM. You might just specifically do Instagram, everything Instagram, the management, maybe you're creating the graphics, doing the whole bit, right? Affiliate management, that's a big new one coming up too that a lot of VAs are doing. But basically, it's a specific skill set or a few specific skill sets that you niche and target a specific market about. Now, let me talk about pricing methods, okay? How do you get paid and how? First, there's an hourly rate, okay? Before you can put together any of your pricing, you need to discover your hourly rate, which is going to be totally different for everyone depending on where we live, our overhead, and what our money goals are, right? If you live in third world, your rent, cost of living, everything like that's going to be a lot lower. And that's why they can charge a lower rate, because they can get by. But if you live in North America, you're probably going to need to charge $30 to $50 an hour to make money in your business. And I do teach that, how to specifically figure it all out. There is a pricing sheet that we'll get out to you with the list or on our email list, but it'll help you figure out what your overhead is, how much you want to work per week, and what you should be charging hourly. So basically, you're going to get your salary goal, say it's 50,000 a year or whatever it is, 100,000 a year, plus your operating costs. You're going to divide that by how many hours you can work a year, and that will be your hourly rate. And we have a whole pricing sheet. Actually, Danielle just put it into the chat area there for you so that you can figure that out yourself. Okay. Saying that, we will be sending all these links out in the email list after. So stay on board and we'll send you that with the recording. But good example here, 50,000 you wanted to make plus 8,000 operating costs, and you're going to work 48 weeks times 30 hours a week. That's $40 an hour. Okay, that's what it'll figure it out for you. And you can get all of these downloads if you're on my email list. You can sign up to them there again, or like I said, I am going to be sending this out to you, all the links, because you guys are already on my list or you wouldn't be here, right? So another method to price is retainer pricing, and it's based off your hourly rate. So you have to know that hourly rate, first of all, before you can set up retainer monthly plans, okay? And most VAs, they have a retainer pricing provided discount as an enticement for people to sign up for more hours that month. And here's a good example. I think I have here's mine, okay? $90 an hour if they want 1 hour at a time. But if they want 40 hours, the price gets cheaper, right? So 2,700 divided by 40 equals, they're only paying $67.50 per hour if they go up into a bigger monthly plan, right? So I give them a bit of a discount, maybe a special perk here, like a half-hour marketing consultation, but you get the idea. If you determine you will be providing monthly retainer pricing, there's a lot of different things to consider that I teach my students, but I just wanted to show you how it kind of works, right? Because this is a whole class on its own, but you need to know how quickly these will be used up. Are they a month? Do the hours expire? Will you provide a refund? Are the retainers paid in advance? Do extra hours revert to old rates? Like there's all kinds of different things, right, that go into creating your monthly retaining packages. And it's all going to be your choice. You are the boss. And you'll have them written up in your contracts with your clients and different things like that, all the details and particulars. So I just wanted to show you some of the different ways that you can charge. We've got hourly, we've got retainer plans. There's also package plans, or sometimes they're one-off projects. And this pricing determination is based on services rather than time, okay? So keep in mind when you're telling someone your price, they are thinking, hey, it takes me 10 hours per month, which is $450 per month. I can't afford that. Or what am I getting for my money? Whereas if the client knows what they're getting, they can justify easily saying, oh, yes, I will grab that $450 package because she's going to be doing this list of tasks for me each month, right? Instead of saying, yeah, she charges $45 an hour, and that kind of overwhelms them. But when providing package pricing, you simply provide a list of products you will provide in that package and the price it'll cost. And you determine this price by estimating the time to complete the services each month, blah, blah. You'll learn how to do this over time. Okay. But my image marketing package, they get an assessment with the client. They get their setup of a social network, be it Pinterest or Instagram, specifically for me. I provide them the first 20 images, plus they're scheduled, and we do a strategy call for future growth. Okay, that's what they're getting. They know exactly, and boom. It's an easier sell for them sometimes doing a package like that. And remember, even though these packages are based on how long you think it will take to do these services, it's still based on your hourly price. So you still need to learn that. All right. But this way the client's not left guessing how many hours they may need. They simply know what services they want and how much it costs. And it's a great way for them to budget into projects and different things like that. So clients do like packages. And keep in mind, as you do a package, like these packages, when I first started, might have taken me, I don't know, 10 hours. Now, like they're taking like 5 hours because I'm doing them over and over and over again. I'm getting quicker with what I'm doing. So I'm actually making more money, right? And here's a little tip for you guys. There's a company menu. Here's my pricing blog post. I'll put it into the chat area. You can grab the company menu there. But if you do a company, every time you do something for a client, maybe you make a graphic, write down how long it takes to do that graphic. Or maybe you've done a website page or maintained a blog post or posted a blog post for a client. Write all those little things down because, and this is just for your records only, all right? Because then when it comes time for you to do packages, you'll know how long these things take and you won't underprice yourself for your packages. But I teach complete package, how to do your packages and stuff inside my virtual assistant career. Like I said, it's a whole module on just learning that. And today what I want to get through to you is answer some of the broad questions about having a career in a virtual assistant business. So if you want to make the big 6-figure amounts in the VA industry, or 80,000 a year. I mean, 80,000 isn't very much money anymore, right? I always use the word 6-figure because it just tells me you're over 100,000, right? Whatever it is. But you'll want to niche yourself to get up to those numbers. In a nutshell, this basically means you're offering specialized high-end services like bookkeeping or Pinterest management or Facebook ads, or you may work in a specific industry, like for realtors only, or doctors or something like that, right? Because those things will require some more formal training. Here's an example. Let's say, I just want to show you a comparison of having a niche, which is really important to you. And there's, again, it takes a while to figure that out, but I do offer training on figuring out your niche and what you'll specialize in. But that is the way to get up to the big dollars. So here's a general VA that isn't niche. Maybe they're just charging 40 hours a week, working $40 a week. Sorry, $40 an hour, working 30 hours a week. And that would be $1,200 a week or $62,000 a year. Now, if you niched yourself, you could charge a lot more. You could charge $75 an hour instead of 40. That would be $2,250 a week or over 100 grand a year. So you can see here why niching yourself into a specialized high-end service will help you make more money. Okay, let me give you another example here of how you can even make more money with specialized high-end services. And we just talked about that, but here again is your generalist $40 an hour, making $62,000 a year. Or if you package up a package like I was showing you before, right? You could package up Pinterest ads or video editing or bookkeeping or something like that for $9.95 a package. If you sell 4 of these packages each month, you're almost at $4,000 a week or over $200,000 a year. So I just wanted to show you how you can scale your business a little bit here, because it's important to be able to see this. You may start out at $40 an hour and gain the experience, but this is what I'm pushing you up to in my career program anyways, is these higher figures, because I mean, who doesn't want to make that, right? Okay. And if you have an agency, like I have an agency now, I only work a couple hours a week on it. Just I oversee it and stuff like that, because I have all these VAs working under me, right? And now I can take on like 50 clients instead of 4 to 6 clients. So that's where big money comes in. And that's another way to scale out as you grow. So all I'm saying here, guys, is you hold the cards in your future as a virtual assistant business, whether you want to keep it as a one-man operation or grow up into way over 6 figures, right? There's lots of opportunity in this business. Okay, let's talk about how I get paid. I showed you ways to set up your payment, but in a nutshell, they pay me up front before I get work for them. I don't do any work until I've been paid up front. And a little tip, I don't even send them the contract yet until I've been paid up front. Because once they pay me up front, they'll sign my contract easily because they just want to get started, right? And there's lots of different ways to encourage people to pay you up front. Again, another whole webinar on that one. But I'm going to keep having these webinars every other Thursday or so. So do attend them and you may catch the one that I teach about that. Okay. So receiving payments. You're going to receive payments through a website payment typically, or through PayPal or Stripe. There's all different ways to receive payment from your client. QuickBooks, they all have different ways to get payment to you. All right. There's also, I'm in Canada, we have email money transfer, which I really like, because you can't get returns on that either, right? Chargebacks. But I'm not sure if they have that around the world. You could take a check, but don't even start working until it clears. I wouldn't do that. That's just my opinion. And then if you're in person, I mean, just take cash, or there's all these kind of new little apps that you can use to accept money, a Visa card right there on the fly, like Square and different things like that. But cash is always good, isn't it? So just remember, get your payment up front before you start any work. That's the best tip today. I've seen most VAs don't do that. And that's where you get stuck and in trouble, right? So always get paid up front, and then you don't have to worry about trying to collect it at month's end, or people that don't pay, and all these different types of things, right? And you can entice people to pay up front by doing those discounts with the monthly retainers, right? Get them on a monthly retainer or a package. Where do VAs find clients? I teach this in 5 modules in my virtual assistant career program, but I'm just going to give you a briefing of where you find clients. All right. Your hot market. I want you to pick up your telephone right now, your cell phone right now, go to your contacts and just start scrolling through the contacts and tell me how many times you can scroll. My bets are there's like 20, 25 times you've scrolled through the contacts, and there's probably 20 on each of those contacts. All your contacts on your cell phone are your hot market. People like family, friends, past employers, sports organizations, clubs, church, word of mouth. They're the easiest people to start talking about your business to, and seeing if they know anyone or do they need a virtual assistant. Okay, because your hot market loves you and they will talk about you. Another way to find clients is in person. Which we are starting to be able to do now. This is one of the easiest ways, I feel, by attending local networking groups or conferences or trade shows. There's co-working spaces now, business pop-ins and stuff like that. Face to face, people trust you quicker and you can converse easier than texting, and you get the idea across quicker about that you have a virtual assistant business and what you can do and how you can help another person's business grow. So in person is another place you can find clients. And then last but not least, of course, you can find clients virtually on your Facebook or LinkedIn groups. I recommend our VA Insiders. We've got a great job board there, and that's just a membership, monthly membership. Do check us out. But virtual assistant job boards, not Upwork, not those other ones. You want no middleman in between, right? Because you want to be able to take on the client as your client, where with Upwork or any of the other things, you don't ever get to work with that client because, you know, I don't know. It's just all go read all their stuff. You can't take the client away outside of that website. But on our job board, yeah, we post jobs. We aren't a middleman. We're just there to post the jobs for you. And you can grab the clients there and they're yours forever. And that's what you want to find, is these long lasting relationships with clients, because those are the ones that will be your bread and butter. You can also creep people, or what I call mentor idle pursuits, someone that you really, really want to work for. Start building a relationship with them on virtually, and, you know, eventually just keep following up, because that is the secret, is the follow up to landing any new client. But again, that's a whole other webinar. Okay. But those are three main places that you can find clients, and then you just have to do the follow-up and land them. Because out of 20 people you meet and follow up with, 2 of them will turn into a client. So it's a numbers game, folks. Okay, let's talk a little bit about why VAs need a marketing plan. You need to have a marketing plan in place, one that you will implement if you want a full client roster. And if the word marketing puts fear into you, don't let it. It can easily be learned. I'm a certified internet marketing business strategist, and I offer all kinds of classes on this to help you turn your clicks into clients. But let's talk about some of the basics of marketing, like how can you get the word out there about your VA business? Because I'm sorry, you're going to have to market your business. You can't just open up a shop and boom, people are going to come to you. You do have to do a bit of marketing, but I'm going to try and take that fear of marketing out here in this slide. Let's see. So there's lots of different ways you can market. There's direct and online marketing. And think of direct marketing here as marketing you do more in person, right? So you're probably reaching a specific location. You're at a conference giving out your business cards, or you're at a networking event doing a presentation to the group or something like that, right? Or you've bought an ad in a local cafe flyer or something like that. So that is direct marketing. And it works. It works really well. You can get a lot of referrals from it when people get to know you. I am mostly an online marketer, and that's how I like to work and find clients. And there's a zillion ways to find clients online. You know, first and foremost, if you're going to be in this industry for a while and you want to make money with it, and you need a website, else you'll be considered a fly-by-night VA and people just won't hire you. You know, who would you hire first, the VA@gmail.com or the VA@wonderfulvirtualassistantservices.com, right? You're going to pick the one that has a domain. So you need to have a website, and I'm a search engine marketer, so I can teach you how to get that website up and rolling in the search engines and different things like that. But website is your storefront. Most important. I don't care what anybody else tells you. Those are the people, those are the VAs that are making good money in this business. And it's not too hard to put a website up. It's pretty simple. Okay, list building, again, don't let that scare you, but that is a way you're going to scale and grow your business. And I teach a few classes in that, but every virtual assistant right from the beginning should have a list, because a list you'll always be able to go to your list to get a new client. It's kind of like your own little job board. You can nurture your clients, and that's where you'll find your clients, is in your list. Nancy, SEM is search engine marketing. It's just getting your website higher up in the search engines. That's all it is. Social media marketing, that's another way you can market yourself. And there's tons of other ways. There's paid ads, there's doing videos, there's doing a webinar like me. Right now, you could do a webinar on how to hire a virtual assistant, right? And then you'd have a whole bunch of people coming to it that want to learn how, and you're the virtual assistant teaching it. What a great way to market yourself. There's JVs, content marketing. There's a zillion ways to market your business. And that brings along with it this fear marketing. But here's what I teach my children, they are like my children, all my students. Find one way that you can market. So let's say you're going to attend a networking event, and that's what you love doing. You're an extrovert. There's a lot of introverts as VAs, but let's just say you're that one extrovert standing out there, and you're going to attend the Chamber of Commerce meetings every week. All right. So first of all, find something you like doing, because if you like doing it, you'll put your heart and soul into it. Okay. So make sure you enjoy the way you're going to market yourself. Then if you enjoy doing it, guess what? You'll want to become really good at doing that specific one marketing tactic, and it will become an asset to your business to help you find clients. And then you just rinse and repeat. You do it over and over and over again. And let's say you're an extrovert or an introvert and you don't want to go to events like that, but hey, in the mail, you get this little package that has all the, have you ever seen those value packs where you can put an ad in there for your business, and it has a whole bunch of different ads for everybody with discounts? Maybe you've tried that and it works for you, and just you enjoy doing it because it doesn't take much effort. And you learn which are the best value packs to go into and which convert the best. And that becomes an asset because you learn how to do those better and just keep doing it over and over and over again, right? But that is, let me go back there. Well, that's what you want to do with marketing. It's that simple. Okay. So just find something you like doing it, do it over and over and over again, rinse and repeat until you get bored with it. Then do another thing, right? You don't have to be on Instagram, Pinterest, Facebook, have all these accounts and be scattered all over the place and doing this. And I got to be building my list. I got to be doing a million different things. Find one thing and do it well. Okay. Lastly, if you want to grow your business to its highest potential and make lots of moolah in it, you need to offer these are some tips to do that. Okay. You don't have to do any of these. You can just do one of them and it will help you, but make that high moolah in your business. But offering high-end services, learn some specialized services that are in high demand. Right now, email marketing, product launches, Facebook ads, things like that are high in demand. Maybe you can learn email management program like ActiveCampaign, or learn how to do sales funnels, autoresponders, things like that. If you can make your client money, then those are really good high-end services to offer. And I'll take Q&A at the end here, guys. I know I'm going over time a little bit, but that's me. If you've been to any of my webinars, they're never end on time. I always have a lot to say. I want you guys not to do all the mistakes I did in my business. Another way to grow your business is outsourcing, maybe starting up an agency. I talked about earlier putting an agency together so that you can have tons of clients, not just 4 to 6. And, my agency now, I just got to overlook it a couple hours a month, a week. And my subcontractors do the rest, right? You could start even by outsourcing something simple in your business right now. If you don't hate bookkeeping, then start outsourcing it. Don't spend another day struggling doing it. All right. Start outsourcing. Even outsource your housework. Okay. Outsource that. And then you can spend the 4 hours that they're doing your house cleaning with making $40, $50 an hour. Right. So now you've made $200 billing clients and you only had to pay your housekeeper $60. So you've made $240. Another way to make money and passive income. These are all things I teach later on once you've been in business as a VA and you want to start scaling, right? There's list building, affiliate marketing, things like that. I'm not going to go into much detail. It's really important though to find a community for business support that is in your industry. Like we've got the VAinsiders.com, but that's got specialized training in it and things like that. But it's a community, it's a support group, right? So find your support group for VAs and stick with them. Get on their email list, join their memberships, things like that, because that's going to be your lifeline. Before we end, I want to talk about top 4 mistakes that a lot of VAs make. Okay. And so that you can avoid them. I've trained thousands and coached thousands of VAs over my lifetime. And yes, Mary, I have a program. Stick around for 2 minutes and I'll tell you about it for virtual assistants. But, I've seen so many VAs and all of them make these mistakes in the beginning. So I just wanted to point them out to you so that you don't make the same ones. First of all, they have no roadmap or plan on how to run their business. They're usually just winging it. They're grabbing the next shiny object they see in front of them. That's their problem. They don't know where to go from here. They have no clarity on what they are selling and who they are selling it to. They have no online presence, like no website, and they lack support. But those are the 4 big mistakes. Now, I want you to imagine, let's say 6 months or 12 months from now, if you did take action and you got a roadmap that works, you found your clarity and you were book solid with your ideal clients, you had a client attracting website, and you had me as your coach, supporting and helping you and cheering you on. And best of all, you reached your money goal, whatever that is. Everybody's money goal is going to be different. And you did it because you started a virtual assistant career, right? You noticed that it all started from when you look back that you had attended my webinar today and made the decision to kickstart your VA business, because you know what? That's the future VA I want to speak to right now, not the old VA an hour ago. I want to speak to this new VA, because that's the person who's creating that burning desire inside that you want. You know, you want to be working from home and able to bring in a decent revenue stream to support your children and things like that. And so that comes down to this question of how do you get there, right? How do you actually get started in a lucrative career as a virtual assistant? That's where my virtual assistant career comes in. And I've got to be clear with you guys, this is for VAs who really want to reach their money goals in a career that will give you the freedom to do whatever you want, whenever you want, right? So for 2 minutes here, I'm going to talk about it. If you're committed to getting out of your comfort zone, testing new strategies that actually work, getting coaching support that you need, and following a proven roadmap that has helped thousands of others become successful VAs since 2005, Danielle? I can't even remember. It's been so long. No matter what level you're at, if you're a brand new VA or if you're already an established VA and you want to make 5,000 or more a month, let me show you through it right now, because it's a great program and I'm really thrilled about it. And that's how I get my kicks, is helping you guys, you know, that you don't have to figure it all out yourself. And my training's built upon a 7-phase roadmap. And I wonder if I can just pull that up here quickly and I can show you the training on the inside. Let's see. Okay, so I actually have a roadmap right here. And it's about 30 modules long of how to build your VA business. And it's built to be done in a month's time. Plus you get lifetime access to it. So you can come back to it anytime. It's updated regularly. Every 6 months, we do major updates on it. You know, you always have this. I know one of my VAs that have been in it for a long time, she comes back in because I'll add new sections in it, right? Like this is a brand new section on finding, keeping, and wowing clients. So there's a lot of information in here on how to do that specifically, more than the 2 or 3 minutes I showed you today. But there's a video or two for each module. You'll get the video, you'll be able to watch it, you'll be able to download the slide notes. That's the other bonus with this. It's a 112-page workbook that you get to keep you held accountable, right? So you'll go in and click off and do all the stuff. It's all a fillable workbook. And that's how I follow along and see what you've been doing too, because then you can send me your workbook. I'm always here for you guys to support you during this career. Unlike other programs you might get where they sell it to you and just drop you off on the face of the earth, I'm here. You always have contact with me. Even for a lifetime, you get contact in the forum area where you can ask questions for a lifetime. And there's thousands of questions in here that you can research and different things like that too as well. But you have access to this for life. So you've got me one-on-one anytime to ask me a question. But that's just a little bit about the program itself, just to give you an inside look on it. There's a support form, the workbook, and the lifetime access to the training center. I'm not going to go into the packages too much. You can go over to the website and check it out, but there are 3 packages to choose from. Each one has a little bit different stuff in it. So you'll have to check out the chart on the website. But one of the biggest struggles VAs tell me is that they wish they had someone to help and guide them in the obstacles they run into in their business, right? Like they want someone on their side to say, no, don't do this. Yes, do this or whatever. And so I knew I had to offer handholding throughout their journey. And that's why the systems have some one-on-one coaching in them that I do on Zoom calls. And yes, they're recorded. I also offer Voxer coaching in every single one of the packages. And that's, you can ask me a question on Voxer 5 days a week. So 5 questions a week, and we talk back and forth. It's kind of like this little walkie-talkie app that you can download on your cell phone and use. You always have me at your back. I got you covered through the program, which is really helpful when you get stuck on things, right? Because there are things, if you're trying to figure out your niche or your target market, that you want to talk about with someone that's been there and done that. You also get into my VA Insiders membership. Again, different times for depending which package you choose. I think the first package is 1 month, the other 6 months, and the other's a year. The Elevate and Dominate packages, they also include your website. Remember how I was saying your website's really important? Well, instead of going out and paying $1,000 for someone to do your website, we provide it for you, and you just have to put your content in it and personalize it and add your logo, and away you go. There's also a certification, and you can show that badge on your website. That's this right here, to show that you are certified in a virtual assistant career. And thousands of other VAs have went through my program and proudly displayed them on their website. And I also give you a full money back guarantee, so you can grab it today. And if it's not a fit for you, look through it. You can return it with no questions asked, although I know you will love it and want to get started with it. And I've got 3 packages for you. So you can go to the website, it's virtualassistantcareer.com, and check out the packages. But the Kickstart package, it's basically the bare bones package. If you're a true do-it-yourselfer and you just want the roadmap, you don't need as much hand holding. I mean, I do hold your hand there for a lifetime in the forum, and you do get a bit of Voxer coaching. But if you don't need all the coaching, then maybe that's the one for you. And then the next package, it's the one that most people get. It's the Elevate package. And they all have the same roadmap in it, the same training, but it includes more coaching and business support plus the website. And the Dominate, I only have 1 spot for the Dominate package, but if you're really serious about making $5,000 to $15,000 a month in your first year, that's a package for you. I only take on 20 Dominate proteges a year because I can't duplicate myself. So there is only 1 right now. I think there's 1 anyways. My kids don't even get that kind of attention anymore, how much coaching I give in the Dominate. But yeah, if you're really serious, check out that one. Again, lifetime access on all of them and money back guarantee. And here's the bonus, guys. I'm going to give you $200 off any of the packages until Sunday at midnight. You can go to Virtual Assistant Career and check it out. Okay, so you get $200 off any package. Use this coupon code 200 off to make sure it works for you. I'm also going to throw in 3 months of VA Insiders, my membership club for virtual assistants, if you get it before Sunday at midnight. So the $200 off works on any of the packages, whichever one you prefer to grab. Also until 6 p.m. tonight, which is, it's 3:15 here now for me. So in 3 hours, get it before then. I'm giving you a chance to not just grab it. You can go read about it, do some research on me, check out the video testimonials, Google me if you don't know me at all. I've been in the industry for over 20 years. If you need a little bit of time to research, first of all, go ahead and do that. But if you're pretty sure you're going to get it and research it, do it before 6 p.m. tonight, because I'll give you extra 3 months of Voxer coaching. So that's a value of $347. So that's it, guys. Go over to the website, check out the testimonials. Here's Tammy's testimonial here, but there's a lot of videos on there about other VAs using my system. And I want you to go over to the website and check it out. All right. I'm going to do Q&A with you guys right now, though. And if you have any questions, no matter what level you are at, I want you to just ask the questions, okay? And I will rip through them here and see how we can do. But I invite everyone here today, no matter what VA level you are at, brand new or just starting out in business for years, but maybe you're not making that money that you want, to take some action today. Jump on board, elevate your business, and reach your money goals this year. Remember, I've got the full 7-day money back guarantee. You've got that. If you don't feel like it's a fit at the end of 7 days, you can get your money back, but I know you will love it. And I know you'll be loving being part of my tribe. I've got Kathy Kaliakovo. She's one of my first VAs that ever bought the system back in 2004 or something like that. And we still are in connection. We have accountability every 2 weeks. We get together, and yeah, that's so cool. I want you to have the knowledge, the confidence, and the support to make your business work. I'm here for you. I want to see you making $5,000 a month or more, just like I did in my career. In fact, I'm making 6 figures or more in my career, right? I've got the roadmap. It's here. Thanks for listening, and let's do some Q&A.